Hi, it's Renee Peralta with The Color Music. I'm going to go ahead and start playing Hey Jude first so you can get a feel for the song and where we're headed and some of the stuff I'm going to teach you. And then I'll go back through and break it down. Okay? All right, so Hey Jude. So you're going to go through and repeat a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and break that down. So our first chord in Hey Jude, which you already learned in our other tutorial, if you haven't learned that, go back to that tutorial, is F major. All right, so this is F major, right? And then our next chord is going to be C major. Now we have 4 beats on F major, so you can do lots of cool things with it to make it really interesting. You get really fancy. But we're not going to do all that right now. We're just going to play F major, right? So you can kind of get the basics, right? So you have F major. Now, you can play F major a lot of different ways. I didn't show you inversions in the other one, so I'll try to stick with that right now. So you have F major, so Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Okay? Alright, now since I didn't teach you C7s in the other one, if you want to kind of make it easier, you can just skip the 7 part, but you do need to play the sus part. A sus part is when you substitute the 4 for the 3. So this is your 3, or the second on the chord, but it comes down to 3. Alright, that's a whole other thing you have to learn with scales, but for now we'll just stick with that. So this is C sus, C, F, and G, okay? And then this is a C. So basically you're going to play the C, and then for 1, so you play your F for 4 beats, 4 beats, or you can skip down here, right? And then you're going to go to your C, and then your C sus, and then back to the C, and then to F. We're going to go to our B flat. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. Okay. Now I promised I wouldn't play a lot of inversions, and I just did a lot, so I'm sorry about that. So let's try to do it without any of the inversions so you can kind of see the difference. So it's Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. That's your verse. All right. So now we're going to do the next section. So we have Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her into your skin, you can start to make it better. Now as you can see, that inversion's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to go from C7 to F like that than it is to pick your hand and go all the way up. When you first start learning, it's easier mentally to see the patterns by playing everything in root position. So that's how I teach it initially. But then it's actually physically easier to play things in inversions. Okay, but when you start inverting things, it's very easy to get confused if you're a beginner because you have to know your chords very, very well before you start turning them upside down. Okay, but just kind of second nature for me to play them, so I'm sorry, but hopefully You can still get the point. All right, so let's take a look at the next part. All right, so and so. When you do this section right here, if we're going to do it, I'm going to do it without inversions right now. So it's a little bit easier. Okay, so this is, and, and anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. This is just a G minor without the 7, even though I was playing with the 7 earlier. Don't carry the word up on, sorry, there's your C, and then your shoulder. Good? Okay? For a while you know it's just a fool who plays it cool by making the world a little colder. Da, 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 da. Okay? Alright. What is happening with the left hand? We haven't talked about that specifically. Let's talk about that. Okay, so basically through the whole song, you're playing just the root, okay? So if I'm playing an F here, it doesn't matter what inversion I'm playing an F down here, okay? Now, there are parts of the song where that changes, and that is on this other section. So, hey Jude's F in the bass, don't make it bad, C in the bass, and then you have sad song and make it better. Left hand's playing the F there too, okay? So same thing on B flat here, right? See that? Okay? Now, there are some exceptions to that. When you get over to the next part of the song, anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude refrain, there's what's called a walking bass line going on. So instead of playing just the root, you're playing other things. So I'm going to call out the name of the chords and then in the notes that the left hand's playing. So you have the F, right? Or the F7, depending on how you're doing it. Anytime you feel the pain, B flat over A, G minor 7, G minor 7 over F, and then you have C7 over E to C7, and then you have F, right? So for a while you know it's just a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. Okay, so your left hand's playing F, right? Then B flat, then A, G, and then F, E, C, F, okay? Now what I would recommend if you're a brand spanking new beginner is don't play the octaves that I'm playing. That's a little bit harder. It's actually can be quite hard if you're not used to it, okay? So just play, and play the single note by itself throughout the song. So anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain, don't carry the world a little cool. Yeah, so kind of changing some of the lyrics, but you get the point, okay? So, that being said, that's kind of the basis for this first part of the song right here. I know I threw some inversions in there. Hopefully that didn't mess you guys too much. When you add 7th chords, it gives it a little bit extra character, but it's one extra note you have to play, which is why I recommend you don't add 7 chords in the beginning, because you just don't want to, while you're trying to wrap your brain around the basics, it's better if you wait to add the 7th chords. You can always add them later. Okay, let's look at the very end of the song because that's also super fun. Also a little bit harder as far as knowing the chords, okay? So when we get to the da-da-da part, so your chords, you have an E flat, right? Let's do the make it better. So you have C7 to make it better, right? And then you're going to have da, and then this is the da. Right? Okay? So, all right, we're going to play that. We have our F major, good, all right? And then we have E flat, and then B flat, and then F major, okay? All right? So we go da, 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 hey, 2, 2, 3, 4, da. You get the idea there? Okay. So, I kind of threw a lot of extra stuff in there than I thought I would. So if you have questions, definitely put a comment in the section, and I'll try to answer it as best as I can. But hopefully that gives you kind of an idea of how Hey Jude goes, so you can kind of get the basics for that. So I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Also, if there's other songs you'd like to learn that you think would be super fun, just go ahead and put them in the comment section, and I'll see what I can do. All right. Have a great night. Bye.